being here. I'm going to attempt to go across the map a bit. Okay. Ode to a Drum. Gazelle, I killed you for your skin's exquisite touch. For how easy it is to be nil to a board where the raw as white butcher paper. Last night, I heard my daughter praying for the meteor at my feet. I knew it was an anger that made me stop my heart till the hammer fell. Weeks ago, I broke you as a woman once shattered me into a song beneath her weight before you slouched into that grassy hush. But now I'm tightening lashes, shaping hard as if around a rib cage stretched like 5 bowstrings. Ghosts cannot slip back inside the body's drum. You've been seasoned by wind, dust, and sunlight. Pressure can hold everything. Pressure can make everything whole again. Brass nails tacked into the ebony wood, your face has been carved 5 times. I have to drive trouble from the valley. Trouble in the hills, trouble on the river too. There's no coconut, palm wine, fish, salt, or calabash. Cock-a-doom. 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 Now I've beaten a song back into you. Rise and walk away like a panther. Facing it. My black face fades, hardened inside the black granite. I said I wouldn't, damn it, no tears. I'm stoned, I'm flesh. My clouded reflection eyes me like a bird of prey. The profile of night slanted against morning. I turn this way. The stone lets me go. I turn that way. I'm inside the Vietnam Veterans Memorial again, depending on the light to make a difference. I go down to 58,022 names, half expecting to find my own, and letters like smoke. I'll touch the name Andrew Johnson. I see the booby trap's white flash, name shimmer on a woman's blouse, but when she walks away, the names stay on the wall. Dress strokes flash. A redbird's wings cutting across my stare. The sky, a plane in the sky. A white bat's image floats closer to me. Then his eyes look through mine. And when he's lost his right arm inside the stone, in the black mirror, a woman's trying to erase names. No, she's brushing a boy's hair. You and I are disappearing. The cry I bring down from the hills belongs to a girl still burning inside my head. The daybreak, she burns like a piece of paper. She burns like foxfire in a fire-shaped valley. A skirt of flames dances around her at dusk. We stand with our hands hanging at her sides while she burns like a sack of dry ice. She burns like oil on water. She burns like a cattail torch dipped in gasoline. She glows like the fat tip of a banker's cigar. Silent as quicksilver, a tiger under a rainbow at nightfall. She burns like a shot glass for vodka. She burns like a field of poppies at the edge of a rainforest. She rises like dragon smoke. To my nostrils she burns like a burning bush driven by a god-awful wind. You know, I said I wouldn't write about Vietnam anymore about time. I'm going to read a prose poem. It's dedicated to those 14 or 15 young black men who threw themselves on grenades in Vietnam. Grenade. There's no rehearsal to turn flesh into dust so quickly. A hair trigger, a cocked hammer in the brain, a split second between man and infamy. It lands on the ground. A few soldiers duck, and the others are caught in a half run. One throws himself down on the grenade. All the watchers stop. A flash, smoke, silence. The song fills the whole day. Flesh and earth fall into the eyes and mouths of the men, a dream trapped in midair. They touch their legs and arms, their groins, ears and noses, saying, "What happened?" And some are crying, others are laughing, some are almost dancing. Someone tries to put the dead man back together. He just drove on the damn thing, sir. A flash, smoke, silence, the day blown apart. For those who can walk away, what is their burden? Shreds of flesh and bloody rags gathered up and stuffed into a bag. Each breath belongs to him. Each song, each curse, every prayer is his. Your body doesn't belong to your mind and soul. Who are you? Do you remember the man left in the jungle? The others who owe their lives to this phantom, do they feel like you? Would his loved ones remember him if that little park or statue erected in his name didn't exist, and does it enlarge their lives? You wish he'd lie down in that closed coffin and not wander the streets or enter your bedroom at midnight. The woman you love, she'd never understand. Who would? You remember what he used to say, if you give a kite too much strength, you'll break free. That unselfish certainty, but you can't remember when you begin to live his unspoken dreams. Okay. Islands. An island is one great eye, gazing out, a beckoning lighthouse, searchlight, a wishbone compass, or counterweight to the stars. When it comes to outlook and point of view, a figure stands on a rocky ledge, peering out towards an archipelago of glass on the mainland. A seagull's wings touching the tip of a high wave out to where the brain may stumble. But when a mind climbs down from its high, craggy lookout, we know it is truly a stubborn thing. It has to leaf through pages of dust and light, through pre-memory and folklore, remembering Farrar's road down there till they pushed up through the seafloor. Plumes of ash covered the dead, shaking the weight, whirls away, and silence filled up with centuries of waiting. Sea urchin, turtle, and crab came with earthly know-how. The one bird arrived with a sprig in its beak before everything clouded with cries, a millennium small depths, now topsoil, and seasons of blooms in a single seed. Light edge along salt-crusted stones across a cataract of blue water. Lost sailors' parrots spoke of sirens, the last words of men buried at sea. Someone could stand here contemplating the future, leafing through torn pages of St. Augustine or the prophecies by fishermen, translating spur and folly down to taproot, the dreamy-eyed boy still in the man, the girl in the woman, a sunny forecast behind today, but tomorrow's beyond words. To behold a body of water is to know pig iron and mother wit. Whoever said this figure is, he will soon return to dancing through the aroma of Dyker's log, ginger lily, bougainvillea, between chants and strings struck till gorge rally the healing air, and till the church steeple birds fly sweet darkness home. Whoever this friend or lover is, he intones redemptive harmonies. To lie down in remembrance is to know each of us is a prodigal son or daughter, looking out beyond land and sky, the chemical and metaphysical, beyond falling and turning water wheels in the colossal brain of damnable gods, a eureka held up to the sun's blinded eye, born to gaze into far. After conquering frontiers, the mind comes back to rest, stretching out over the white sand. I'm going to read a poem I've never read before. It's called Envoy to Palestine. I've come to this one grassy hill in Ramada off Tokyo Street to place a few red anemones and a sheaf of wheat on Doris's grave. A borrowed line transported me beneath a Babylonian moon, and I found myself lucky to have the shadow of a coat for warmth, listening to a poet's song of Jerusalem. Caesar, Iraq, a red string stolen off Gilgamesh's lute. I know a prison of sunlight on the skin. The land I come from, they also dreamt before they arrived in towering ships battered by hard Atlantic winds. Crows from my reservation followed me. My coyote heart is an old renegade, redskin, noble savage, still Lakota, and I knew the bow before the arch. I can feel wildflowers, all the grasses and insects singing to me. My sacred dead is the dust of restless plains I come from, and I love when it gets into my eyes and mouth, telling me the roads behind and ahead. I go back to broken treaties and smallpox, the irony of barbed wire. Your envoy could be a reprobate, whose inheritance is no more than a strig of far water. The sun made a temple of the bones of my tribe. I know a dried up riverbed and extinct animals live in your nightmares, sharp as sharp teeth from a mountain, strung into this brave necklace around my neck. I hear Chief Standing Bear saying to Judge Dundee, I am a man, and now I know why I'd rather die a poet than die a warrior, tattoo and tomahawk. Fortress. Now, I began with these two hands held before me as blessing and weapon, blackbirds in fierce flight, and instruments of touch and consolation. This sign means stop, and this one, of course, means come forth, friend. I draw a circle in the red iron clay around my feet, where no evil spirits dares to find me. One's hands held at this angle over a boy's head is a roof over a sanctuary. I'm a greenhorn in my fortress in the woods, with my right eye pressed to a knothole. I can see a buzz in the persimmon tree. It's right, letting go a tiny white cross in each seed. The girl's fiery jump rope strikes the ground. I see the back door of that house close to the slow creek where a drunken, angry man stumbles across the threshold every Friday. I see forgiveness, unbearable twilight, and these two big hands know too much about nail and hammer, plank, and uneasy sky. Hewn wood and mortar is another world. Sometimes a tall gate comes first, then huge wooden barrels of grain, flour, salt meat, and quicklime before 28 crossbows and 4 towers. Just a couple last poems, I suppose. Talking about time passing. Blue Light Lounge Sutra for the performance poets at Harrow Park Hotel. The need gotta be so deep, words can't answer simple questions all night long. Notes stumble off the tongue and color the air indigo. So deep, fragments of gut and flesh cling to the song. You gotta get into it so deep, salt crystallizes on eyelashes. The need gotta be so deep you can bump up ghosts and not feel broken to you no more than a half ounce of gold and painful brightness. You gotta get into it, blow that saxophone. So deep all the sex and dope in this world can erase your need to howl against the sky. The need gotta be so deep you just can't wiggle your hips and rise up out of it. Chaos in the cosmos, more the man in the pepper pot. You gotta get hooked into every hungry groove. So deep the bomb, locked in rest, opens like a fist. Into it, so deep rhythm is pre-memory. The need gotta be basic animal need to see and know the terror. We are made up, honey, because if you wanna dance this boogie, be ready to let the devil use your head for a drum.